This class we discussed about different types of how we're going to add a comments in Java and how to compile and what are the environment. So JDK is nothing but what? What is the full form of JDK? What do you mean by JDK? Respond me. Am I audible, right? Is it audible
Yes,
or not? Tell me what is the full form of JDK?
Java Development Kit.
So here, once you install JDK, so we need to set the path, right? So where we need to set the path? So once you install, once again. So here my screen is visible, right? So you need to download a JDK. So here after installing JDK software, so in C drive there is a program files. So in this program file, Java folder is get created. Open that Java folder. So you're going to visible two folders. One is JDK 1.7 version and JRE 7. So JRE is nothing Java runtime environment. JDK is a Java development kit. So here you need to place your code inside a bin directory of JDK. So here when you install the JDK software, so this folder is JRE JDK folder Java folder is created. Inside the Java folder there is a subfolder JDK 1.7 whatever version you are installed, that version will be displayed here. Inside that one there will be a bin directory here. So inside this bin directory you need to place your Java file. So from the command prompt you have to compile, then you can run your Java code. So here we'll create one simple program, then we'll see how to execute and how the class file will be get generated here. Okay. So in our presentation we saw some simple program. This is hello world program, right? So what is the class name here? What is the class name? Example, right? So I will go to command prompt. Run as an admin. So here I need to copy the path where my JDK bin folder is there. So here you need to set a path. Where we need to set a path? In environment variable. So you need to copy this path. Okay. Then right click on your computers. Go to properties. Then click on advanced system settings. Right. There is an option called environment variables. So click here. Then already I set the path. If the path is not set means just go to new Then you write the variable name as path. So before setting, I will delete already created set the path. Already set the path. So I'll delete it. I will show you again how to set a path. So here write variable name and the entire path you selected, no, that path you need to paste here. Then you have to click OK. So once you paste it here, this is the in environment variable you have to give the variable name and path name. Then you have to click on OK. Here also you write new system variables. Also you can check path. You can also set the path. Now after copying the complete path, then you have to click OK. Then so this is a one time you need to set the path. No need to set again and again. Once you set means okay. So during the from the command prompt it will recognize where is your Java file. So if you're not set a path means you will get an error like system not able to find the class file. So go to the directory cd space. So now currently I'm in which directory here? Inside a C drive Java. So JDK I have installed, right? So inside the program file, there is a Java folder is there. Inside that Java folder, JDK and followed by bin directory. So here you need to write one notepad. So here in notepad, I'll write one small program. This program I'll write. And I'll show the execution path. Open new notepad. So class name I'll give demo. Open parenthesis. Then here I need to write an main method. Public static void main. So inside this main function, what I need to pass? Tell me anyone. So what I need to mention here inside the main method?
String arguments.
So S should be capital, string arguments. Array of string I need to pass, right? So I need to print one statement, hello world or maybe. So S should be capital, system dot out dot print. Hello world. Then close the class. Now I want to save my file. So here, what the name I have to give for the my file name?
Demo.js. Demo.java.
Okay. If you are, you can also simultaneously you can practice one. Connected. You have if you have installed JDK, you can do it simultaneously. Everyone having JDK, right? In your systems. Okay, just I'm showing the demo for executing the programs. So when you're installing any IDE like Eclipse, NetBeans for developing your projects, it may be web application, it may be Windows-based application. Before installing a NetBeans or this Eclipse, you should install JDK. Then only you can go with IDE. So without installing JDK, NetBeans or Eclipse IDE will not install. So JDK and JRE should be installed in your computers. So those who are connected to systems, they can practice. So you can also do it simultaneously. So I need to save as a file name demo.java. Where should be this file should be saved? File should be saved in the Java folder. So in this directory. Okay. So administrator permission is not there. So I will save in desktop, then I'll copy demo.java. Okay. So this is a Java file. Right. So I will copy, then I will paste in my JDK folder, in the Java folder. Where it is Java folder? Inside the C drive, program files, inside the JDK. So here I need to continue. So here my file is there. Now coming to command prompt. So I want to open that file. What is the command? Type space name of the file. What is the name of the file? Demo.java. Now the whatever file we created, one Java file that is displayed in the command prompt. Now I want to compile. What is the command for compile? Java C demo.java. Now compilation is done. Once the compilation is done, so you'll see here dot class file is get created. It's visible, right? So here, this is called bytecode. So see the extension. What is the extension here? What is the extension, file extension of this file? So I'm placing the mouse cursor over there. What is the file extension here? What is the name of the file extension? So this file extension is this one is Java file. This one is class file. So class file is nothing but the bytecode is generated when you compile your source code. Now Java space demo. Now we return one statement, hello world. That statement get printed here. Here, what is Java here? Java is an interpreter. Then we need to interpret the already generated class file. We need to interpret the bytecode. So interpreter is a part of the JVM. Yes or no? Interpreter is a part of the Java virtual machine. Okay. Now coming to the next program. Method we are using, right? So in this program, we are using the method. What is the method name here? Method name is add. This method is written in the separate class file. The class name is addNum, right? So here simply I'll, instead of typing, so I'll copy this code. Okay. So here, so class name is test here. And this class also I will copy and paste. Now tell me, so what is the name for, name of this file I have to save? So while saving this file, what a name have to mention for this file name? Whether I have to save it test.java or addnum.java? Tell me. So I have two class files. So what is the file name I have to give? Okay, good. So I have to save as test.java. Right. So here this file, I will copy in this folder, JDK folder, inside the bin. Now coming to the command prompt, I want to execute that file. So first I have to open that file using type command. What is the file name we given? Test.java. Right. So here, so in the class test, I have declared the variable a, b of type integer and assigning the two values. What is the value for a here? You can unmute and you can respond. What is the value of a and b here? A value, a and b value.
123.
Okay, 1 second. $123, right? So that before calling that function, we need to create object of add num. So this is object, class name, object name, followed by new operator. So this function is get called in the printf statement. Where is my test file? Here it is a test file. Okay. Save, then compile. So Java C test.java. So some errors are there. System.out. Okay, okay. So, some values setting automatically. When I copied from the slides, right? So that well, some other symbol included. Because of that, it's showing error. Java C cannot find the symbol. Method add. Okay. Variable of. Okay, okay.
Sir, T should be capital, sir.
Not no. Field type not an issue. Okay, we'll change that also. So it's showing that object ob.addNum. Okay, yes, this is there. ob. Save, compile. It's not taking object. Cannot find simple object.
Sir, remove underscore.
That's okay. Where underscore is it? This one, function name.
Not there, sir, in printing.
And this takes no problem. Okay. So here method name addNum is there, no? So method name addNum is
కింద మెథడ్ నేమ్ చేంజ్ చేయండి సార్.
yes. Or else you can change here only, no problem. Right, now it will come. What is saying this? Okay, addNum. Okay. Here I have to give the class name, constructor name. So here method name is add, and that method name should be matching here, and the class name is here constructor name. So here class name, object name, new, and the constructor of that class. Now it will come. Yes. Now compiled. Now you need to run the file. Test. Right. You are getting right. What is the output here? This function returns the result. So after adding a and b value, the 123 is printed here. So this is the way you need to use two classes within the single file, and while saving you need to give the class name which contains the main method. Yes. So like this you need to compile. So here test.class file get generated here. Where is my file? Here. So this is a bytecode. Now coming to the discussion, yesterday we left with class. So here everything should be within the class itself. Now these are the points we need to remember. Is it visible, right? So these are the points we discussed yesterday. So now go with the next topic is the different data types and constants variables supported in Java. So we have numeric types, and again numeric types are classified into numeric primitive types are classified into based on their size. So numeric types, so integer, byte, short. So corresponding based on their storage capacity, it's going to be added. So if you declare the variable numeric type as a byte, then it will allocate the 1 byte or 8 bits of storage. So this is a minimal value and maximum value it will take, right? And if you initializing the value, declaring the variable like byte a equal to assigning the value, and in the program if you are going to assigning the integer value to the byte, right? Assigning the large value to the smaller type destination value, then you need a type conversion things. So type conversion is required. So whenever storing the large type into smaller, so if you are storing the small value into the large data type, then there is no need of conversion. So these are the primitive integer types, and its memory allocated for this particular data type. So if you declare the variable as float, then 32-bit. 32-bit means how many bytes? 32-bit if you allocate means 8 bytes. If you declare as short means 2 bytes. 2 bytes are 16 bytes. So this is a minimum value and maximum value when you declare the particular variable of type integer or byte. So there are numerical primitive types. And you can also store the characters, or another primitive type is character. So it uses a Unicode to represent a particular characters. You know, we have ASCII values from 0 to 127, right? What is the ASCII value for small a?
97.
Capital A?
65.
So if you want to assign an integer value for particular character also, so particular value means this is a 88. That value I'm assigning to the character 1. If you want to print that character here, so corresponding x will be printed here. The x value, ASCII value for x is 88. Similarly, so here the ASCII values, we know the ranges from 0 to 127. There are unsigned and signed value will be there, and the character type always how many bytes is allocated? 2 bytes, and the value range from 0 to 65,536. Another example for representing the character type. So here the character x is assigned to the variable ch character 1 and printing here. First x value printing here. Then I'm using increment operator, character plus plus. Means I'm going to increment the x value. Means next y is printed here. Next character is printed here. So this is pre-increment or post-increment? You have two types of increment, pre-increment and post-increment.
Post increment.
Yes, this is a post-increment. Next we have Boolean type. So Boolean takes two possible values, either true or false. So it size is 1 bit, either 0 or 1. 1 means true and 0 means false. So here declaring Boolean B, I'm assigning the value true value to the initially to the B variable, Boolean variable, and then I'm printing here. So what it will print? It will print B is true. And next it will print comparison. So user, we are using relational operators, right? We have different types of relational operators: less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to. So here printing its value is true. Here we are each relational operator using greater than. So it will print the value B as true. If it is less than means it will print false. Next will be see the literals. What do you mean by literals? In literals means what? Variables and constants. What is the difference? Variables, whatever value you are assigning, variables, int A is a variable. Then you can assigning the value for it. You can suppose if you declare a variable, second, if you declare variable A as an integer, int A. I'm assigning the some values. And right. So integer, if I declare the variable of a variable a of type integer, so I can assign only integer value to the variable here. So here you have different types of literals, maybe integer literals, character literals, and different types of literals are there. So here when you are assigning the value to the particular variable, right? So this variable, this in the memory, that value 10 is stored at the particular location. So how many bytes is allocated? 4 bytes or 2 bytes? If I declare int a equal to 10, how many bytes are allocated for integer type? How many bytes? Yes, 4 bytes. Next, coming to the literals. So in Java, literals refers to the fixed value that does not change during the execution of the program. Who is that? Unmute. Who is speaking? Okay. So you have different types of literals: integer literals, floating point literals, character literals. Right, literals something like it's a constant value; it does not change. It's a fixed value. The value cannot be does not change during the execution of the program. You have number system. So integer literals also you can represent the numbers base 10, base 8. Once again. Integer is 202 unmute pa. Don't disturb the class. So here octal value having the base 8 and decimal value having the base 10 and binary numbers having base value 2 and hexadecimal having 16. You know the number system, right? So integer value these are integer literals having different bases. Octal value having base 8. So these values are denoted in Java by leading 0 and hexadecimal are leading by 0 and X. So whole numbers, all integer literals are default 32 bits. 4 bytes is allocated for default value, so default integer. So if you want to specify long literals, long integer values means long type, the number should be appended with the upper or lowercase l. So you have to represent, you can add a upper and lowercase of l. L means what? Long integer means you are representing the integer type. Long integer can represent either a lowercase or uppercase. Similarly, we have floating point literals and Boolean literals. So these are the standard notations for representing the floating point literals. And we have exponential form also. This is scientific notation. Exponential representation. by default, this floating point literals is take double. This by default, this floating point literals are of type double, and we need to add. We must append the letter F, capital letter or small letter to the constant. Similarly, we have Boolean literals. We know that Boolean value takes two values, either true or false. So true is nothing but it's equal value as 1, and 0 is representing a false value. So previous example we saw the Boolean value assigned here, b equal to true or b equal to false, right? Previous program we saw, right? Like that you can assign the value for the particular Boolean variable. You have a character literals. So character, single character, how you are going to represent within the single quote. So within the single quote, you can represent the character type. So within this one, C. So this is if you are specifying within the double quote, this is called string. So string is literally nothing but a sequence of characters enclosed within the double quotes. This is a string literal, and this is a character literals. And one more thing, in Java, the string must be begin and end with the same line. So suppose your string contains 4 letters, and the first line, first 2 letters you specified with the first double quote. You will open the double quote like this. You will open a double quote, HE, right? Next line, double LO, then closing double quote. So writing the single string in 2 lines means it should not be allowed here. So the entire single string should be written in the same line. Within the same line has to be written here. Next, these are the different types of escape sequences. So single quote escape sequences are this one, and double quote, and we know that a slash n used here for new line, and this is tab space, and the form feed, this one slash f means form feed, and one tab space is equal to how many space? Anyone knows? One tab equal to how many space? How many single spaces?
4.
8 or 4?
4, sir.
Yes, good. 4 space. Next, coming to the blank space. If you write slash b, these are the different escape sequence supported in Java. Next, coming to the variables. You know that variables, and what is the difference between variables and constants? You know the syntax. So variable is a name for a location in a memory. Which we are going to use. So we are storing the integer value or float. So this type takes the integer, float, date types, and the name of the variable. So variable also called as identifiers. Yes. So what is the difference means variables value can be changed during the program execution, but constant value cannot be changed throughout the program. So here this syntax shows that if you can declare the multiple variables within the single line. Initialization and declaration can be done in single line. Suppose int A10, comma B20. So 2 variables I'm declaring, which is of type integer. If this variable, second variable is of type float means, then you have to give semicolon here. The next line you have to declare this is as float. If you are declaring the multiple variables within the single line with separated by the comma means those variables should be belongs to similar data type. If this second variable belongs to another type means you have to write in next line. You have to specify with a particular data type. So you have to give semicolon here, then float p equal to 20. This is declaring and initialization can be done in single line. So here initialization expression must result in a value of the same. And when variable is not initialized, the value of that variable is undefined. So if you declare int a, if you're not initializing any value means that is called undefined. Right? Suppose if you're declaring variable as int a, then in somewhere in your program you are printing a value, then you'll get an error like undefined variable. The value is not specified here. This is about variables. And scope and lifetime of variables. You have you came across different types of variables. Local variables, right? Local variables, lifetime of local variables are limited to the particular block. Suppose we have for loop. Inside the for loop, you are declaring the variable int a. You can print that a value, you can access that a value within that particular block. You cannot access outside the block. Suppose if you want to make the variable accessible throughout the program, then you have to declare that variable as a global variables. So that indicates the lifetime of the variables. So we know that every block of code end with start with curly braces and end with closing braces, opening and closing of curly braces. That is represent a particular block, and the block determines the scope. So it defines the which objective are visible to the parts of your program. Visible means can be accessible to the outside of the program. Okay, next 5 minutes. So variable is not hold its value once it gone out of its scope. So here local variables having lifetime within the particular block. Once the control comes exit of that block, the visibility is has gone. You cannot access those variables, value of that particular variable. So in an inner block, it's not possible to declare a variable of the same name as the inner outer block. You have nested blocks, right? So you cannot use the same variables. The variable should be different. So this is an example for it represents the scope and or lifetime of particular variable. Here, if statement is that this is one block on 2 minutes. So this is one block. So this y equal to 20. This is a local variable, and this x value is there. No, this is declared within the main function, and y is declared within this particular block. So if you try to assign a value, new value for this variable y, this will throw an error because this y is limited to this block. The scope of the variable y is limited to this block itself. You cannot. So here, if you write x equal to 100 means, okay, it will take. So here, this x value will be printed as 10. This will print 10. Right? This will throw an error. So we'll see next class about operators and all, right? So we'll next operators we'll see next class. What are different types of operators? What are the operations you are doing with the different operators. You have arithmetic operator, rational operator, logical operators, Boolean values, increment operator, decrement operator, relational operators. So like you studied in C++ and other C also same operators, but we have left shift operator, right shift operators. How to use those things we'll see. 1 second, I'll post attendance. One second. I'll post the attendance link once. So everyone fill this attendance form, which I posted in chat box. Rule number 19 says, rule number 2. Are you listening in the class or just you loud in this? Unmute yourself.
Yes, sir, listening.
How many classes you attended? You didn't attend quiz also.
2 classes, sir.
You're absent. Did you attend quiz?
Sir?
Last week I conducted quiz. You are
Yes, sir, attend.
absent for quiz. Okay,
Please
call me
absent,
once
sir.
after the class. Okay, you can call me after the class. Lunch hour you can call me. Unmute now. Thanks. Rule number 2, unmute. Rule number 2.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, assignment only 2 questions చేయొచ్చు కదా సార్ 5 questions ఇచ్చారు లైక్ అన్ని సబ్జెక్ట్స్ 2 ఇస్తున్నారు.
First 2 questions are answer is less no. Based on that content only given. All subject they given 2 only.
Yes, sir.
Even we are having exams from.
Okay, in that file I will tell you which one you need to write. 1 second.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Because first 2 questions are answer is that's only that's what I given extra questions. Second, I will let you know questions. So in out of 5 questions, are audible, right? Am I audible?
Audible, sir.
So in that, the first two questions are the differentiate client side and server side scripting, and second question is explain the functions of web browser and web server. These two don't write. Next, third, fourth, fifth, you write.
Sir, give only 2, sir.
Only two. Then you'll wait. I will confirm with other faculty and I'll let you know. Because first two questions are answer is less only. There is no differentiate is there. Then functions of web browser and web server.
అందరు ఫ్యాకల్టీ 2 వేస్తున్నారు సార్. ఎగ్జామ్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి కదా సార్, టైం లేదు రాయడానికి.
Then do one thing. Third question is there, no? Explain arrays, string, math objects in JavaScript. You write that one, that question. So in assignment, third question is there, right?
Yes, sir.
You write answer for that. Explain array, string, and math objects in JavaScript with the suitable example. That one. And fifth one, what are style sheets? Explain the different ways of including style sheets in an HTML document. There are three types are there. There are three ways. Header section and within the HTML body, or else you can include in as external files, right? There are three methods are there that you have to explain. Third and fifth.
Okay, sir.
Then remaining will consider as a second assignment. Prastutam, third and fifth you write it. And make it into, after writing assignment, then you take a snapshot and convert into a PDF format, then upload in Apache.
Sir, we can write it and we can send you, sir, or we should return copy?
No, you write in one notebook or in A4 page. How you are doing other subject? You are maintaining one separate notebook, right? For writing assignments, all assignments in one notebook. Or else do one thing, or else you write in, because if you written in A4 size means it will chance of misplaced here. So if you maintain a separate notebook for assignments means you will get it now. So after writing assignment in notebook, just takes a snapshot, make it one document, single document, PDF document in a cam scanner. Then you can upload in, you can submit in a best portal before October 2nd. Third and fifth. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, I will end the session. Everyone submitted, right? Attendance form. I'll check it how many responses. Okay.